New York Wolves versus the Las Vegas Venom, partner forward, starting now. We have Christian Velez for the New York Wolves, Robbie Rodriguez for the Las Vegas Venom. Of course, they are starting off with those snatches. Very fast pace until they move to the women. Now it's going to be Tori Height for the Venom, and we're looking at Selena Swanger for the Wolves, finishing as quickly as possible. Venom with a slight lead going into this as Robbie Rodriguez is already on those box jump overs.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see Robbie back on the grid. He took a year or so off. He is very strong. You're going to see him hanging on the bar, hanging on the rig, anything that he can do. He's so versatile. But then also Christian Velez, who had a lot of work to do yesterday, so going to see how he recovers.
That's right. Slight lead now the Wolves have on the Venom here. Not sure what happened there that they lost their momentum. Tori Height still working away. Selena Swanger still working away. Tori Height is gaining them a little bit of speed with how fast her reps are, and that's going to be Robbie Rodriguez touching the box first. Both of them going at just about the same speed, but the Venom knowing exactly where they need to be to make those transitions just a little bit faster as well.
Tori Height, that is going to definitely be one of my athletes to watch. She is a strong athlete. She's one of the leaders that the Venom are definitely call on to do a lot of the brunt work. She's a great utility. So looking for her, she already had a strong start with Robbie.
Raymond Fleece or Sydney Pollock for the New York Wolves. For the Venom, some confusion on the, oh man, that's gonna cost him some time. Jason DiMitzio not necessarily knowing where he's going or what to do. Whitney Cutter's close behind with the close grip snatch. The Wolves have a healthy lead on the Venom now. The communication is not going so great. I don't think Jason DiMitzio has done a partner forward yet, so this is really hard to just come at it with this kind of energy as well.
I've been very impressed by Sydney Pollock. She is a longer athlete, but she doesn't play like a long athlete. She's very strong, and she actually showed off her gymnastics skills yesterday. So I've been very impressed with her all season.
Absolutely. One rep remaining for the New York Wolves, and the New York Wolves are taking the partner forward. That's a first race win here of the day for the Wolves. Venom still finishing close behind within the time cap, so they will be getting their 1 point to the Wolves, 2 points for winning. Wolves are saying we got to stick our head in the game, stick with it, and just come back to the start line, get ready for that next race. Oh man, Taylor, this one was exciting.
Are we sure this is a rookie team?
Right?
The New York Wolves, they're new.
Oh,
what?
Challenge flag has been dropped on the floor by Coach Paul Bear. Not sure what is being reviewed. I'm thinking that it's Jason DiMitzio's snatches. Partner forward, already a challenge flag. Oh, Paul is mad. Let's just know what he says real quick. Brandon's going.
Have thrown the challenge flag. They had a fault in the third quadrant for an athlete being out of the hash box too early. We're going to review it.
All right, well, we're gonna find out. That's a very specific challenge. As you know, you only get one per match. This one should be an easy one to review.
Yes.
I hope he's confident because it's the first match. I mean, first race.
Are these reviews really easy?
Never that. Is anything easy in Grid League? No.
Oh my God. I'm like, have we gone a match yet where a challenge flag has not been thrown in the partner forward?
Yeah.
Maybe one or two that
one
has
or two.
not. Well, I think the coaches just have it right there in the back. I like, just throw it, make it interesting from the beginning.
Absolutely. They were pretty close behind, so I mean, we have to see if it's going to definitively affect the outcome of the race. A fault or stopping a team from doing that, and depending on how long the confusion took necessarily, is going to determine whether or not they rerun it, or if they say, yeah, it did happen, but, you know.
You're way too far ahead.
Yeah, there you go.
Or behind, excuse me, behind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're going to see if the Wolves keep their win on this one, but Coach Paul Bear was really upset about it.
He was ready. Paul, stay ready.
Yes, he does. He came with the puppies on the leash, so
he did.
You already know that he's not here to play. I mean, maybe have some fun, but not here to play, right?
He's already pacing. The buttons are sitting nice and low. He is ready to coach.
I know. Him and Lexi Wolford look exactly alike. If she went up to Brandon, she was like, hey, like the Venom, like just take them out of the match, he'll be like, oh yeah, okay, you look just like Paul. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do what you say. So much fun. Let's go ahead and take a look at the grid while we review here. It looks like they are getting that final decision from the cameraman. You could see Brandon reviewing that by the table there in the corner. on the left-hand side of your screen. This is them right here, and they're like, OMG, what is happening? And then the Wolves are like, bro, peace and love. Let's just get on with it, because we already won that partner forward. So let's see if Paul Bear's strategy panned out for this.
After review, the female in the hash box had stepped outside of the hash box while a rep was taking place. Therefore, the call on the grid was correct. The race result will stand.
Well, that's unfortunate for the Venom. First race, already lost their challenge flag, but there's a lot of match to be had.
Yes.
We're gonna go ahead and get ready. While we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at the rosters here.
All right, for the New York Wolves, I'm going to be looking at where my girls at. Sorry, trying to find them over. Well, let's start with Daniel Lynn. He was one of my guys to watch anyways. He did a lot of the workload yesterday, went from burpees to barbell stuff, so he is going to be one to watch all season. He's very versatile, but showing his leadership as well, too. And I'm also going to be looking for Sydney Pollock, who closed out the partner four with Raymond Fleeser, and she, again, a strong athlete, but also has some very good gymnastics skills there. And then I'm also going to be looking at Selena Swanger. She is such a versatile and strong body weight specialist, so she is already having a breakout year for the Wolves.
Definitely a lot of strength here, and we saw it happen yesterday as well. Let's go ahead and go to the Las Vegas Venom.
Okay, I'm going to be looking for my girl, Tori Height. She is a strong athlete, very, very consistent and very reliable for the Venom. So it's good to see her out here just doing her thing on the floor. I'm also going to be looking for Dakota Shackleton, who also has a ringer, one of the captains on the team, and just looking for him to just do his thing. And lastly, I'm going to be looking for Tyler Anderson, who, fun fact, tried out for the Wolves but got replaced because the Wolves wanted more of a body weight specialist. So want to see how he does against this Wolves team.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and learn about the mirror. We'll be right back.
Mirror, the second race of every match, always features a barbell element. A male and a female barbell are placed in the first quadrant. Upon the start of the race, both are picked up by the team in any fashion by the 3 men and 3 women allowed in the race at any given time. Once the barbell leaves the ground, it may not touch the ground again until all reps are complete. If it does, the entire team must return to the start line before continuing. A set number of reps must be completed by both genders in each quadrant before the team can move on. Non-lifting players will act as the human rack to support the barbells as the team moves from quadrant to quadrant and switches performing players in the process as needed. Substitutions may happen at any time. Time stops when all reps are complete and the last player crosses the finish line. This strength-focused race has the most players on the grid at the same time and requires effective planning and practice to be executed well through coordination amongst players. Remember, don't drop the barbell in the mirror race.
For the mirror, we have thruster. Men weight is going to be 195. Women's going to be 130. Each athlete has performed 10 reps in each quadrant, carrying the bar down the grid.
That's right, Taylor. We're looking at the mirror now. Julia Cook and Eddie G versus Sigbert Guy, and I believe that's Bush for the New York Wolves. I'm a liar. That's not Bush. That's actually Kelsey McCall for the New York Wolves. But they're trying to do these thrusters as quickly as possible and try to beat out the other team into the next quadrant. Julia and Eddie maybe not working as fast as Sigbert and Kelsey, but I'm sure we're probably going to see them do another quadrant at the end of it since they're starting. The New York Wolves have a good lead here as they go into the second quadrant. Daniel Lynn with Jordan Bush. They're going to have to go fast. Bush almost dropped this, so that might cost them just a little bit of time. They have to be careful not to step off of the grid or that will be a fault, but I don't think that was called on them. It's just about even now with Venom being close behind. Jordan Bush finishing off. Oh, Dakota Shackleton almost dropped the bar, finishing off those reps. He's going into the third quadrant. They are not making the best calls here as far as fixing the transition onto the shoulders of their partners here for the Wolves. Oh no! The Wolves drop the bar. They have to drop it, run to the start line. At least they're doing it pretty fast, but the Venom have a great lead here now, finishing off this third quadrant into the fourth. If it weren't for this fatal mistake by the Wolves, this would have been a Wolves mirror right now. Christian Velez just having to hold onto that barbell. That's something that they're going to learn the hard way now. Tyler Anderson, Tori Height finishing it off in the fourth quadrant as quickly as possible. I know that they're feeling good about this going into the races to come, since they get to finish ahead of the Wolves here. Much needed for them and their morale after just losing their challenge flag. That's a finish for the Las Vegas Venom, and they are going to take this mirror race.
That is very, very unfortunate for the Wolves. The Wolves, even though they're a rookie team, they haven't made many rookie mistakes, and they made several of them on the mirror. The mirror recalls you have to have a lot of communication, and you saw in the second and third quadrant with the women, they didn't really call off or yell out, got it, and then each athlete kept holding on to the bar, and then unfortunately, Christian Velez in the third quadrant dropped it. And when you drop it, you got to go all the way to the start and then come back and pick up where you left off from. And they had a good lead, but the Venom took advantage of that drop and just closed it off like the best they are.
That was honestly a lucky break for the Venom,
it really
honestly. It was going to be a Wolves mirror race there. But we're going into the next one. It's going to be a ringer point race. Something important to note, just in case you're not familiar, the Wolves actually did play yesterday, so they're already going into this at a disadvantage as well. Christian did a lot of work, so he's the one that dropped that bar. We're going to see him do a lot of work later on today as well. But let's go ahead and look at the ringer point options. And what I want you friends at home to do right now is I want you to go to unitedgridleague.com/vote. You could have effect on the outcome of this match by voting by what you want to see the ringer point be. Of course, ringer points being specialist versus specialist. This first one is going to be the 3 legless rope climbs. Taylor, what players are going to be doing this one?
All right, we have the captain for the Las Vegas Venom, Dakota Shackleton, and then for the Wolves, we have Brandon Ferreira, who's going to be coming in for the legless rope climb. Both of them are really strong rope climbers, and so I think this is going to be a great one, with Dakota being just a little bit longer in length. But just like with the other head-to-heads that we've been seeing, I'm going to be looking for the athlete that can get down the fastest and spend as little time on the floor as possible.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see who wins here. One thing important to note, you can still vote for the flip sled, the double kettlebell overhead walking lunge, the burpee box jump overs, and the triple touch for time. Once again, unitedgridleague.com/vote to put in your vote right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the grid on those game faces. We're looking at Dakota Shackleton versus Brandon Farrar. All right, Dakota's done this few times. He's pretty good. He's looking to pick up a win here. I'm thinking he's feeling pretty confident. Brandon Farrar, of course, being one of many standout players on the New York Wolves, so it's going to be interesting to see how he pulls this off as a rookie in his first ringer.
I remember Dakota first got a taste of grid when we were actually in Vegas. He was a single day or all weekend signing, just trying to fill in some spots. But now he found a home with the Las Vegas now Venom, and he's the captain. So it's an opportunity for anybody out here.
Definitely. A lot of pressure here from both of these teams. I know they're feeling it. They both feel like this is an opponent that they are pretty evenly matched to, and I think that everybody feels that way too. The energy in here is absolutely electric. Dakota Shackleton, Brandon Farrar, who's gonna take it 3 legless rope climbs, 15 feet to the metal part of the rig. And they're off. Who's gonna grab it first? And it looks like Brandon Farrar was the first to jump up. He's gonna finish his rep first as Dakota Shackleton goes straight into the second one. So that's Las Vegas Venom lead going into that one. He's already started the third, and he needs to finish it. And Dakota Shackleton is gonna secure the ringer point win for the Las Vegas Venom.
That was definitely all experience right there. Brandon, so strong, so fast. He looked good at the very beginning, but Dakota stayed strong, stayed smooth. He was very patient. He's also a longer athlete as well, too. So at the top, he was able to reach where Brandon was a little shorter, had to climb up a little higher, and that was just enough to make it easier for Dakota.
He gave himself the lead with that jump, but once again, it's coming down, and I want to call it touch and go because you're tapping the floor and you're right back into it, and that's what gave Dakota the edge here.
Exactly. Like I said at the beginning, I'm going to be looking at people's time on the ground. Some of the best people that can do the rope climbs, they spend very, very little time on the floor. Like you said, it's a rebound, it's a touch and go. You literally touch it, and then you got to go right back up. And Dakota did a great job of doing that.
Well said, Taylor. We're going to be right back after you learn about the Echo.
The Echo race is made up of 4 stations of elements that each must be completed before moving on in the race. 1 male and 1 female are allowed on the grid at any given time, but only 1 player at a time can perform reps. Substitutions may happen at any time. Once the Echo race is complete, get ready, because the same race will be repeated 45 seconds later. This race is about managing fatigue with your best players and leveraging roster depth to keep performance at a max pace through the second Echo. Remember, get ready to do it again in the Echo race.
Welcome back, everybody. The Venom are really hungry here for a win. You see those puppies on the ground, those signs on the ground. Coach Paul Bear having already lost his first challenge flag. So there's a lot going down here. The Venom crowd is deep, but not as deep as the Wolves over here. They are going absolutely nuts. New York energy in the house as we are at the American Dream here in New Jersey. So a lot to be said about that. They're bringing that New York sports energy here into the building as we go into this next Echo race. So let's see what exactly we can look forward to going into this next one. Shout out Broccoli Rob for bringing the heat over here, their mascot of the New York Wolves. Let's go ahead and look at the graphic over here and see what we can look forward to.
All right, for the Echo, the men and women are going to be sharing 30 reps of a 205-pound bar. Men will be performing cleans. The women will be performing deadlifts, followed by 20 toes over the bar muscle-ups, going into 6 rope climbs to 15 feet. And then again, men and women will be sharing a 165-pound barbell for 30 reps. Men will be performing ground to overhead, while women will be performing cleans.
This is going to be a good one. We've seen, I believe, every match today. One team wins one Echo, the other team wins the other Echo. We're going to see if that happens again, but it's definitely one that you could come back from once you fix your mistakes. It's not exactly as intricate as some of the other ones, but we're gonna. It does hurt.
It does. It definitely does. And I'm gonna be looking at the toes over bar to bar muscle ups. Both of these teams haven't really done too much of that, so I'm gonna be seeing their pairing and see who can keep the waterfalls the cleanest to give them an advantage on the rope climbs.
Definitely. It looks like Alex Smith is ready to come out for this Echo as well to do some of that gymnastics. He is one of the fastest and best in the league, so we're gonna see how that works out against the rookie team here. Third match ever for the New York Wolves. All right, we're looking at McKenna Neeb over here for the Las Vegas Venom versus, I believe we're looking at Petruzzelli of the New York Wolves, but they are doing those deadlifts. The men do have a long, sorry, that's once again O'Connell over here for the New York Wolves. This is once again a shorter movement for the ladies than the men have to do, so it's in your best interest to do that and just have the men where you want them. We have Nuzzo for the Wolves and Smith for the Venom, just waiting in the wings to get in there.
I think both, actually all the teams from today, they're utilizing their strong women to do all the deadlifts, but also to save their men, I think, for the back end to handle that 165-pound barbell.
Absolutely. Nutso with the lead over Smith. He did 2 reps before Smith started, and they've already started the waterfall. We have Libby Schaaf stepping in for the New York Wolves. She is only 17 years old,
What?
Taylor, and she is
Oh my
playing
God.
grid like a real pro. But the waterfall on the other side for the Venom just fell apart. It's looking pretty good for the Wolves so far. Looks like unofficially they have about 1 rep ahead of the Venom. Oh, they're messing up. They're messing up the waterfall here. They're going at the same time. They're not supposed to do that. 2 reps remaining for Alex Smith, 2 reps remaining for Lily Schaaf, and that is going to bring Tori Height onto the rope climb ahead of Raymond Fleeser.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. It was going to come down to the toes over the bar to bar muscle up. But actually, the Wolves wasn't that far behind, even with a little bit of a hiccup by Libby. I did not know she was 17 years old. That's pretty impressive. But right now, the Venom are still very close to the Wolves right now. It's anybody's race.
Absolutely. Dakota Shackleton giving the Venom a little lead on these rope climbs, going a little faster than the Wolves here. He's going to have to keep on going. He's doing it mostly legless until he gets to the top, and he just needs that little edge. 1 rep remaining for the Venom, and now 1 rep remaining for the Wolves as Venom have a slight lead here going into this next one. And they are starting on that barbell. Marine athlete Julia Cook for the Las Vegas Venom already doing those cleans. Once again, the ladies have a shorter range of motion movement to do than the men do. Christian Velez is over here on the barbell. I know that he's looking redemption after that mirror race.
And I was looking at Ray Fleeser. He had a lot of work to do last night. And I'm just going to be looking to see how they utilize him all match, because he's a strong guy, but they can do the gymnastics there. But we're trying to see if maybe he will be better utilized on the barbell, but don't know what the strategy is. But let's see if it pays out for him.
Absolutely. We're looking at Tyler Anderson, the athlete that almost played for the Wolves, but used to play for the Venom back in the day, playing back for the Venom. And I know he's out for blood right now. He's really wanting to do this. He's dropping the barbell. He's got to make it a little bit more neat, though, and that's going to let Marissa take over for them. Jordan Bush did a huge set of cleans for the New York Wolves. They're closing in the gap. The Venom are really close. They're going to have to hurry up. Hand in the air for the Wolves. 1 rep remaining for the Venom, and that is a Venom win for Echo 1.
Oh my goodness, Tyler Anderson. I think he's coming out for blood. I heard that he wanted to play for New York since he lives in New York. Maybe they just didn't have a big enough uniform for him. That's a big boy over
That
there.
is a big boy.
So maybe it was a uniform issue. I don't know.
He's like state national champion USA weightlifting. That's his background. And you usually have a little bit of pause there with a weightlifting athlete because sometimes they're not as fast, but Tyler is an athlete through and through.
He's a
just
brute. He's an athlete. He's a brute. That's a big boy.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, it's called the Echo because they echo.
Echo.
All right, so there's only 45 seconds in between the race finish and start. There's 12 seconds until the start of the next Echo 2. We're going to see if the Wolves are able to come back from that one. There is a challenge flag, but it will be reviewed after the thing. And they're off. McKenna Neebe once again for the Venom doing those deadlifts. She's a strong woman athlete, so she's really good at deadlifts. This is like the lightest weight possible for her. And also we have O'Connell over here for the New York Wolves, who's been a standout athlete and did a really big set last time as well. But the Venom with the slight edge here with McKenna being such a large athlete and being able to manhandle those weights here.
Yeah, definitely not seeing either team really switch up their strategy. So I think it's going to come down to the capacity of each team. And again, who can clean up this middle portion a lot faster. Dakota looked very strong in control on the rope climbs, which allowed the Venom to eat up some reps on the barbell at the end.
Absolutely. This time, the Venom with a 1 rep lead with Smith starting first, and they are also starting their waterfall first. Shannon Oster, Alex Smith for the Venom, Swanger for the Wolves along with Nutso.
Shannon Oster is a wild card for the Venom, so this is one of her 2 matches here, and it looks like they're using her for extra help on the gymnastics. She's doing a solid job with the legend Alex Smith.
Yeah, it looks like the Venom messed up their waterfall, which cost them a few reps. Alec is going to go ahead and switch out as Sigurd Guy starts on the ropes, and they do have the lead going into this Echo 2 as Dakota Shackleton finishes off. Oh, Shannon Oster struggling. She has 1 rep remaining. They haven't even started the rope climbs yet. 4 reps remaining for the New York Wolves. There was a fault for the Venom. They have to finish. That might be a challenge.
Gosh.
Dakota Shackleton starting off those rope climbs. He had a little bit of a break, so he knows that he really needs to get after his Sigurd Guy, slowing down just a little bit. He's done a large set of these rope climbs here.
So there was definitely, the Venom had a tough time in that second element there. And Wolves, they saw that and took advantage of it, and they hit those rope climbs hard. So on the ropes is just such a long movement right now that the Wolves know they have to go, but they're trying to accumulate as many reps as they can before the Venom can finish their ropes.
Absolutely. Alex Smith taking control of that. Raymond Fleecer, don't get fleeced. He's
Yes.
on that barbell going as quickly as he can. They have a good lead on the Venom, but once again, those times are going to come into play eventually. Jordan Bush O'Connell once again doing hers over here for the Wolves.
That is Kelsey McCall over there on the barbell. She is just holding on to it, but they got a good sizable lead right here. All they need to do is just make sure that each rep is good there, but Tyler Anderson is looking like a madman. He's trying his best to bring it back for the Venom over there.
That's right. That's Jason DiMitzio over there for the Venom, going as quickly as he can. No problem. Fleecer's working as hard as he can to finish it off, but there is a good at least 5 points differentiating them on this. Julia Cook taking over short range of motion athlete once again. Robbie Rodriguez going to take control of the bar right now. 7 reps separate them here. Raymond Fleecer finishing off his last one, and that is a race win for the New York Wolves for Echo 2. Once again, give and take for the Echoes. One team wins the first one, the opposite team wins the second one. So
you called it.
It's definitely gonna it's definitely an exciting Echo.
Yeah, you called it. We've been seeing it all weekend. It's been going back and forth. Typically, in the past, if one team wins one of the Echo, they typically win both of them. Not always, but we've been seeing a lot lately, especially this weekend, where it has been a give and take, which shows just the strength in the depth of each team.
Absolutely. Lexi Wolford did throw her challenge flag for Echo 1, so we're going to find out what exactly is coming into play for that. They're just resetting the grid here as they review that. So as we find out what is happening here, they're fake beefing over there too, but she did throw that challenge flag. We're going to find out in just a second if they're going to have to rerun that. Don't go anywhere. Oh, you know what? It's over. They're not rerunning anything. And she didn't officially throw that challenge flag. They let her rescind it. That's something that's unique for the Echo 1. You know, you do throw it like 2 minutes ago, but they let you take it back after you talk to them, because you don't get to talk to them in between for the Echo 1. So it's only fair. As we go into the next race, it's a lot happening. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The ladder consists of 2 rows of 4 stations of a strength-based element, 1 row for males and 1 row for females. The weight increases as you move down the grid. Teams send out 1 player at a time, alternating male and female, to perform the designated lift for the match format. Each successful lift has a point value that is added to the team's ladder score. The point value is equal to the quadrant the barbell is sitting in. Players are allowed 1 lift attempt per quadrant and may skip any quadrant they choose, but are never allowed to backtrack once a barbell is passed. The team with the highest total point value at the end of the 4-minute time cap wins. This race is one of the most strategic and coach-reliant of all of the races. As a good game plan and in-the-moment decision-making, to manage time is everything. Remember, lift heavier and score higher in the ladder race.
Peachy athletic shorts, guys. Just saying. Looking peachy.
And the peaches are great. They're really stretchy. They're soft.
I like the fit. I like the fabric. It makes me just feel more comfortable while I'm working out. I don't have to worry about things coming out.
Love training in these shorts. Love competing in the shorts. They stay put. Got a really nice thick waistband.
They definitely pass the squat test and the booty test. They're really comfortable. Like, I could wear them out and I could wear them on the floor.
But still feel covered, but able to do all the movements.
Go get yourself some.
everybody. I'm here with Rhino Robbie Rodriguez of the Las Vegas Venom, formerly of, you know, so many different teams, the Lions, you know, the Daytona Venom, now the Las Vegas Venom. And now you're going against a new team. You were once part of a new team, now you're going against a new team. So what is it like strategy-wise going into a team that you don't really know too much about?
So my main concern is just how well and how cohesive they're going to be compared to how we're going to be. And since we have a little bit more experience, I feel like we have the advantage. But this team is actually, they're doing really well. They're working really well together. Their movement patterns are really well. So I'm excited to see how the match turns out.
Absolutely, and I heard that you last minute figured out that you were gonna come here. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I wasn't actually planning to come to this New York one. I was planning to come to the Texas doubleheader, but last minute we needed some people, travel and all that, so I was off from work and I made it happen, and the team helped make that happen for me, so I'm really gracious, what is it called? I'm really thankful for my team. Gracious, yeah.
Love it. It's been a hard day. You're doing a lot of work. What do you think is going to be the most challenging thing for you personally today?
Just staying out of my own head. I think that's a big factor for a lot of athletes, and I tend to be one of those. So I think if I just can focus on one movement at a time, I think I'll be good.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rhino Robbie of the Las Vegas Venom. Taylor, what can we expect in this ladder race?
Yes, for this ladder race, we have the ground to overhead. The men's weight will go 225, 250, 275, and 300 pounds for the last bar. The women's weight will go 135, 155, 175, and 195 in that last quadrant. So each athlete will have an opportunity to accumulate as many bars as they can going across the grid, earning points for successfully completing the bar within their respective quadrant. If they successfully complete the bar in quadrant 1, they'll gain 1 point. If they complete the bar in quadrant 4, they earn 4 points, allowing each athlete to earn 10 points for their respective teams.
Absolutely, Taylor. And as we go into this ladder, it's going to be 8 for the Venom and 7 for the Wolves. Still close, still anybody's game. It's been a lot of you win, I win, you win, I win. So we're gonna see how this one shapes up. The Venom traditionally have a pretty strong team when it comes to the ladders, if history shows anything, but the Wolves I would not sleep on, especially for, you know, a movement like this one, ground to overhead, that could be anything.
Exactly. The ground to overhead, that just means you can just pick that bar from ground to overhead if you like. So these athletes will either be doing snatch, clean and jerk, close grip snatch, whatever it is, just get that bar from ground to overhead.
Absolutely. And once you try to get it off your shoulder, by the way, though, that does count as a rep, and you will be faulted if you can't get it up in one motion. Let's go ahead and see it. Whitney Cutter for the Las Vegas Venom coming out first, and that's Sydney Pollock for the New York Wolves. Cutter going really fast through this ladder. I mean, this weight for her is just a piece of cake. Look how fast she's just touch and going those. Sydney Pollock going really fast as well, but Cutter just kind of, you know, running to each bar, and that's going to give the Venom a little lead going into this next one. Sydney Pollock taking a long time to set up, as Eddie G is going to come out for the Las Vegas Venom. Instagram extraordinaire, as well as USA weightlifting athlete. So he is really good at weightlifting, very technical, but we're gonna see how he does on this ladder. And Steve Kupek is gonna come out for the New York Wolves.
Steve Kupek, I've been enjoying watching him. He's a shorter athlete, can do a lot of the body weight stuff, but he is strong. We see him close out the mirrors, and also just what you just saw right now, cleared the ladder with a 300-pound clean and jerk. He's a little guy, a little but strong and mighty.
And he went pretty fast, too. Almost ran out of breath there for a second, but it was pretty hard. Julia Cook is going to be coming out on the other side of the grid as Petruzzelli goes to the 4th bar. Julia Cook with the 4th bar in her hand, and that's a good clean and jerk for her. Petruzzelli, little power jerk there, pretty easy action, as Rhino Robbie takes the grid, and he's going to try to go as fast as he can. Daniel Lynn for the New York Wolves, who proved to be a standout player yesterday, Taylor.
Yes, and he is just all over the grid. He went from burpees into the barbell, which you typically don't see athletes do that in yesterday's race. But I'm really loving the speed from both of these teams. over the past couple of days, we've been seeing teams just take a little bit too long on the ladder. This is about speed, precision, and strength. So yes, you have to be strong, but you also have to be fast to make sure you can get as many of your teammates across that grid.
Absolutely. O'Connell coming down the grid for the Wolves as Rhino Robbie finishes off the ladder, clearing it. Petrozelli going for that fourth bar. Good clean. Can she jerk it? And that is a good jerk for O'Connell. McKenna Neeb, look at the speed on this girl. She's on that third quadrant for the Las Vegas Venom, going after that fourth bar as Sigbert Guy comes out for the New York Wolves, going straight to that second and third bar. McKenna Neeb is going to clear the ladder. A lot of ladder clears for both of these teams, but it looks like unofficially the Wolves are going to have the edge here. Tyler Anderson going as quickly as he can. And this is really where the tides might change as they try to continue letting as many athletes come down the grid as possible. 1.5 minutes left on that time cap, and that's going to bring out for the New York Wolves. We're looking at Kelsey McCall coming out, and Tori Height, personally someone that I love to see on the ladder coming out for the Las Vegas Venom.
Man, I am really impressed. This is probably the cleanest ladder that I've seen all weekend from both teams. Both teams are looking good and strong. They are clearing bars. We haven't really seen that many misses, or if they skip for a reason, but they are looking strong and clean. This is how a ladder should be ran.
That is such a great point, Taylor, and that's how I feel this way too, because there's not a lot of misses, and that's just making it exciting because it's like, who's going to get through faster? It looks like Brandon Fleeser is getting through, as well as Jason Demizio getting through for the Las Vegas Venom, and that's going to bring out Marissa Mayer for the Venom and Selena Swanger for the Wolves.
Yeah, and so this is what we're talking about by going fast, because the more athletes that you can get through, the more points you'll allow your team to make. Because you may have people at the end who may be able to get maybe 2 to 3 more points, or even skip bars and go to that third or fourth bar.
Absolutely. 10 seconds left on the clock, and Dakota Shackleton is going for that third bar. Meanwhile, Velez is going for that fourth quadrant bar. And that is 2 ladder clears in a row for Velez. Oh, the hype is real.
Hey, I love it. Yesterday he
both on the buzzer too.
At the buzzer, he is feeling it. He is also the brother of Fort Lauderdale Lions, Alex Velez right there, and he's a strong guy. He cleared the ladder. He had the energy there. He just cleared it for the Wolves over here. Oh my goodness, I love this energy today. Let's get it.
It really is, Taylor, and that was so much fun to watch. We got the attention of the entire American Dream right here, and this is going to be an interesting rest of the match going into this. We're going to find out who won that ladder in just a minute. In the meantime, we're getting ready for a ringer point. Before that, we're going to shout out some gyms. So why don't we go ahead and do that, Taylor? Shout out to all of our United Grid League partner gyms. If you're at one of these gyms, chances are somebody has a friend that knows a friend that knows a cousin that knows a friend. That's part of Grid, one way or another, whether it be a super fan, a player, a coach, or an owner. You can be a partner gym as well. I'm actually a part of Team Omni in South Florida. Funny enough, that's actually owned by coach and owner Paul Bear of the Las Vegas Venom.
And I am a coach and member of JC Fit up here in Jersey City. So shout out to my squad that came in deep. And also want to show a lot of love to all the Northeast partners up here, because this is our first time in the Northeast. CrossFit 401 is in the building representing the Wolves right now. Of course, CrossFit Salis, then we got 908 Athletics, CrossFit Secaucus, Black Bear, Union City, CrossFit. We got all of you all down here, and I'm sorry if I miss any of my Northeasterners.
Oh, snap. We got a bonus flag at play for this next ringer point. And, of course, this ringer point is presented by Little Leaf Farms, the most modern greenhouse in the world, bringing you local lettuce, locally grown all year long. Find out if a Little Leaf Farm is near you at littleleaffarms.com, the most modern greenhouse in the world. Let's go ahead and look at those ringer points really quick. We're getting ready for the med ball handstand walk, and that one is actually going to be right here. All right, the men's weight is going to be 10 pounds, and the women's weight is going to be 6 pounds.
I think we have a little change, because I have on here that the Venom is supposed to be Tori Height, but I'm looking at Alex Smith lining up for it.
Whoa, so the Wolves just threw their bonus flag thinking they had it in the bag, not knowing that it was going to be Alex Smith that they're going against. This might be quite a bit of an upset, so this is going to be sick.
Fan votes, and the fans have voted 5 burpee box jump overs. Our players are gonna jump over 5 different boxes, 30 inches for the men, 24 inches for the women, coming up soon. Thank you to all the fans that voted today.
Wow, so we actually have the results of the ladder here. Taylor, do you want to take it away for us?
Oh my goodness, the closest ladder we've seen all weekend, 86 to 85, favoring the Venom.
Whoa!
Oh my God.
That might be the closest all season. It's never been that close, and that is so good. These teams are really evenly matched, I'm telling you that. That's why this one is so fun to watch.
Oh, the Brigade and Sharks, I forgot about that. I think that was decided by 1 point as well, too.
Oh, yes, you're actually right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But still, this, they were clean. They were clean. They were fast. But wow, that was a great showing.
Absolutely. The hype is real here. They threw their bonus flag, so that means that this race is going to be worth 3 points. The New York Wolves, of course, throwing the bonus flag, not knowing that Alex Smith was going to be their opponent, thinking it was going to be Tori High, and I know that was like very intentional from the Venom. So we're going to see how that turns out for them. Alex Smith, 10 pounds in between his legs, 6 pounds in between the legs of Krista Devine for the New York Wolves.
Well, we've seen a lot of upsets, so I think this will be Krista's opportunity to definitely make a name for herself here with this bonus flag on the line, going up against one of the legends for the Grid League in Alex Smith. So this is going to be a very, very exciting ringer and see if things start to switch.
Absolutely. Alex Smith is a CrossFit Games athlete, in case you didn't know. He also competes regularly in Waterpalooza. Devine, obviously, a very high-level athlete as well. And I saw her actually practice this earlier. They both do the same thing where they look at the wall that was behind them. So they kick over and they don't even look at their hands. They just have their head completely straight. So it's going to be cool to see them use that same almost creepy looking technique here because I couldn't do it and I would be scared about what's in front of me and who can do faster on that as well.
And I'm also going to be looking at Alex Smith because Chris is great on her hands, but Alex also has longer strides. He has long arms, so I'm just thinking about the reach as well to be able to cover more ground. So Chris is going to have to definitely sprint on her hands to keep up with Alex. But again, we've been seeing a lot of upsets all weekend, so this is going to be exciting to watch.
Absolutely, not to mention the fact that this is a super wild card for the Venom, so let's see if it pays off here. All right, Alex Smith versus Krista Devine over here. Krista going into the first quadrant first. Alex Smith not too far behind. He's struggling just a little bit. Krista, oh, and she fell over. That's a fatal mistake for the New York Wolves. Alex Smith is going to finish. Oh, that's a fall for Alex Smith. He fell over instead of keeping it controlled, and the Wolves are going to keep it for the ringer point. Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow, I bet Coach Paul wishes that he did have that challenge flag because it was supposed to be controlled over the finish line. So it looks like the Wolves are going to keep those 3 points. They tried to do the little, you know, tricksy daisy there, but the Wolves pulled it out anyway. Mistake from both teams. Wow.
My God. Where's the Sports Center top 10? Oh, wow.
That was crazy.
This is why. Oh.
Challenge flag.
By the refs.
By the refs.
Oh. Because Coach Paul does not have a challenge flag, so he can't throw it at all. So he may have gotten saved if they do, in fact, review it.
We're going to have to go ahead and take a look at that. Let's find out more for you guys. Keep taking a look at the grid. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We were reviewing the video footage for the Venom side. The Venom player fell as he was crossing the finish line. His hands were planted inside of the fourth quadrant as his body fell over the line. The rules state that he must step into the finish line with both hands. The race stands, the Wolves win.
That is quite the upset. I mean, Paul is grateful that they checked that out, and that was really cool of him because he was really adamant about it, but he's not doing great on the calls today. I just got to say that much.
Oh, my goodness. I always get nervous when coaches throw challenge flags in a partner four because it's literally at the very, very beginning. And you don't know what the rest of the match is going to throw at you. And something like this, you have an argument for it. But so you have to be absolutely sure and certain that when you're throwing your challenge flag, that you actually have a case, because you can't get it back if you lose it.
Absolutely. That's going to bring the score, I believe, to a tie, depending on how close Alex Smith finished with Krista there for that last one. But we're just going to have to see how it goes into the next race, which is going to be the Jack and Jill. You're going to learn about it. We're going to wait here. We'll be right back.
Jack and Jill features 3 stations of high-level bodyweight-based elements that increase in difficulty moving down the grid. 1 male and 1 female are allowed on the grid at any given time, and only 1 player can be working at a time. The team can only move on to the next station when the previous station is complete. This race is the simplest when it comes to rules, but the most reliant on player skill and speed, as the hyper specialists often make the difference in the race. Remember, let the bodyweight ninjas fly in the Jack and Jill race.
Cook less and live more with rebuilt meals. Fresh, nutritious meals, chef-prepared and perfectly portioned to help you hit your macros. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning. No commitments and no contracts. Rebuilt Meals offers plans to satisfy any lifestyle. We offer gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free options. And the menu changes every week, so you'll never get bored. Let us do the cooking so you can do all the living. Visit rebuiltmeals.com and use promo code RebuiltReady for 50% off your first order.
Welcome back, everybody. We're getting ready for that Jack and Jill, of course, being bodyweight specialist versus bodyweight specialist. A lot going wrong for the Venom, according to them. The Wolves really pulling it together here, but we're going to see how this turns out in the end very soon, especially when the bodyweights go against each other. Alex Smith was struggling just a little bit with that handstand at the end, and that's what was being reviewed. But now that they've settled that, they're going to have to work really hard to try to come back from this. I believe the Wolves now have the lead, so it's 11-10 is going to be that unofficial score now.
You talk about Alex struggling. Krista did a full face plant.
Yeah, she did. Her arms gave out.
Gave out, paused, but then she was able to get right back up and then still finish strong and still come out with the bonus flag.
Absolutely.
You don't see Alex Smith make many mistakes, especially at the end. He's been doing this a long time, high-level gymnast, and he's been in the league since the very beginning with the MPGL, so you don't really see him making many mistakes. But this is a huge, huge upset from Krista, but we've been seeing a lot of rookie upsets all weekend. So
absolutely, it's just one of those things for the handstand walk that you feel like it's controlled, and you don't really know what looks controlled to them because you're like, yeah, I'm gonna be all right.
It's fine, it's fine. Everything's fine until it's not fine.
Right, exactly. All right, we're gonna go ahead and see what we can look forward to in this Jack and Jill.
All right, for the Jack and Jill, we have 60 handstand push-ups, followed by 30 10-inch deficit handstand push-ups, and they are going to finish with 10 freestanding handstand push-ups.
That's right, Tay. It's going to be, once again, a lot of bodyweight specialists versus bodyweight specialists. Who can do it the fastest? I mean, you're starting off with regular, supported against the wall. Then you're going to do deficit against the wall. Then you're going to do freestanding just with the ground. So we're going to have to see how that 10-inch deficit comes into play for the people that can actually do the freestanding handstand push-ups for them, especially with the New York Wolves that we haven't seen them do too much of this movement yet.
And I'm actually pretty impressed with the Wolves right now because they had a match yesterday. The Venom, this is their first match of the weekend, and so they are definitely the fresher team right now. But the Wolves, they are not playing like they did a whole nail-biter with the flight last night.
Absolutely. We're just going to have to see how this plays out because the Wolves are hungry. They got the attention of everybody over here. Their courtside is stacked and filled up. So they are the home team and feeling that energy. You can hear them in my background. They're saying Wolves, Wolves, Wolves. And this is going crazy. All the energy is ready here, friends. Let's go. Daniel Lynn and O'Connell out here for the New York Wolves. Alex Smith with Torrey Height for the Las Vegas Venom. Going to have to go as quickly as they possibly can as we try to get that live score up. Can't tell who quite yet is ahead here, but they're both going fast. Alex Smith may be losing just a little bit of speed at the same time as O'Connell here.
Yeah, so we've been seeing it over the past couple of matches that the team who comes off first with the handstand push-ups has a huge advantage going into the deficit handstand push-ups. And right now, Alex was able to keep a strong set of handstand push-ups given to Torrey Height, and you don't want to see her on the other side.
Absolutely. Daniel Lynn is coming out, and he's going to have to make sure that he is locking out. I believe he got a rep or two for that one, so it looks like the Venom might have a slight lead here going into the next element, which is going to be the deficit handstand push-ups. Hand in the air for the Venom. 1 rep remaining, and that's going to give space for the Venom to go ahead and start those deficits first. Daniel Lynn struggling a little bit on those the handstand push-ups against the wall. He's not locking out his elbows. Oh man, this is sad to see for them. I believe this is Dakota Shackleton over here for the Las Vegas Venom. It's a little bit bright in here, friends. Sorry, the sun is shining directly in their eyes as well.
Yeah, so unfortunately, the Wolves was having a little bit tougher time. Krista was set up to go to the deficit handstand push-up, but she had to go help out Daniel Lynn to finish out the rest of them.
Definitely. That was Dakota Shackleton, and Torrey Height is finishing off those deficit handstand push-ups, giving it to Rhino Robbie as he finishes off, and that's going to give way for someone else like Torrey Height to do the free standing handstand push-ups. They have at least 10 reps ahead of the Wolves going into this next one. They're telling her to get off the grid. Great, mind from Coach Lexi Wolfer for telling her to get off. But look at this.
Whoa, he was doing strict
deficit handstand push-ups. Wow, ouch.
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
That's almost disgusting. Alex Smith is coming out for those freestanding handstand push-ups for the Venom. Few reps remaining for them before they finish here in just a minute. Sydney Pollock finishing off for them, and the Venom are going to finish the Jack and Jill ahead of the New York Wolves.
First of all, I don't think I ever seen anybody perform 10-inch strict deficit handstand push-ups, so that was pretty impressive coming from the Wolves. But Alex Smith just got his redemption from that little era and the ringer point there, coming out with a huge, much-needed win for the Las Vegas Venom.
Definitely 1 rep remaining, and the Wolves are going to finish within the time cap. 15 seconds to spare for them, and they are going to get that 1 point to the Venom's 2 for that race. I believe that's going to bring our score to just about even now as we go into this next race, the triad. Taylor, that was a crazy one.
I think this is probably the first match I've seen go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Truly go back and forth.
Exactly. We've been seeing a lot of big blow-offs on the first end, and then team come back from behind on the second half. But both teams are pretty stacked evenly. This been, I'll give a little bit here, I give a little bit here. This is okay, New York, I see what y'all doing. I see what y'all doing. I'm very, very impressed with this rookie team that's not playing or performing like the rookies.
It's so cool what's happening in the Grid League this year with everybody being pretty evenly matched. Yeah. There's no clear playoff picture. There's no clear winner yet. So it's still anybody's, and it's just getting more and more exciting as we get through it. Well, we'll be right back. You're going to learn about the triad, and we're going to wait here for you.
The triad is the only race in which there is a male and a female version performed separately. It consists of 5 elements, each with 3 stations that must be completed individually. 3 players can be on the grid at any given time. All players can perform at any station and in any order. but all of the designated reps must be performed at each station. All 3 stations of each element must be complete before the team can move on to the next element. The triad is all about player conditioning and managing fatigue across the team. The best strategy ensures players have enough left in the tank for the last element and has backup plans for when things inevitably go wrong. Remember, try to catch your breath in the triad race.
1, 2, 3,
In everybody, we're getting ready for this female triad. Taylor, what can they expect here?
They are, there we go. For the triad, they're going to start off with 14 bar facing burpees, going right into 20 toes to bar, then 10 dumbbell weighted pistols with 30 pounds, going into 12 overhead squats at 115 pounds, and they're going to finish up with a flip sled going across the grid with 450 pounds. You can tell we've been in this all weekend.
And we're about to watch another team that's been in here all weekend in the Wolves, and they've been working really hard. We saw their female triad kind of come together yesterday, so we're going to see how it comes together against the Venom who are short-handed when it comes to a few of the elements for the women. So a few of their women are going to have to really step up and do a lot of work here for them. 22 seconds until the action starts here. Eyes on the grid. As we see those game faces, they really are out for blood. The score is currently 12-12, evenly matched as we watch those game faces here on the grid, and we're gonna see it. Michelle Young, Julia Cook, and Tori Height for the Las Vegas Venom. Selena Swanger, Petruzzelli, and I believe that's Devine over there for the New York Wolves, starting off this with the PVC pipe burpee over that line. Remember, if that PVC pipe falls, it is their job and their job only to go ahead and fix it, put it back where it goes, and do the rep again. So you really make sure that you do not drop it.
Yeah, so I'm still really not sure about each team's women, but all I know is that the Wolves, they've been looking so strong and solid all weekend, and the Venom, they have been very consistent all season. So I think it definitely, just like with the other ones, it's going to come down to the pistols and the overhead squat and seeing how they fare with their leg recovery and capacity, and see who can get to the flip sled the best, fastest.
Yeah, definitely. The Wolves all got here first as the Venom were close behind, but Tori Height took a little second as they were crossing out to kind of get the next person into the quadrant. So Selena Swanger is going to be tagging out for another player as Pollock and Devine come in, and that is McCall joining them, I believe. O'Connell, excuse me, I keep on confusing the two. Tori Height with one more rep, and that's going to give the Venom space to start the next movement as the Wolves are already reps deep. They're going to have to really step it up here. Michelle Young struggling a little bit from the Venom, but she picked it back up. 1 rep remaining for a player on the Wolves as they move on to the next element. It might come down to that flip sled if the Venom could pull it together enough, because there were a lot of switches here, and the further you get away from the grid, the more those switches are really going to cost you. 1 rep remaining for the Venom for her, and they are getting started. So more players for the Venom getting started before the girls over here of the Wolves. Lady Venom working hard to try to finish ahead and regain that lead, because I know that they feel pretty confident in that flip sled, especially with somebody like McKenna over there and Julia waiting to do the work.
Oh, the Venom, they really have to start making their move. They actually had 2 people working first, but then they started slowing down towards the end. But the Wolves actually just finished the overhead squat. They got all 3 of their women on that flip sled while the Venom is still working.
Marissa's finishing up that last rep as the Lady Venom go and try to finish as quickly as possible. The Wolves are going pretty fast on this, so they're going to have to speed it up here. Cutter, Marissa, and Cook over there for the Venom. For the Wolves, it's Petruzzelli, Pollock, and McCall. I mean, this is close, and it got closer, but it's pretty much a Lady Wolves female triad as they cross into this finish line now.
And the Lady Wolves, they have Petrogelli and Pollock, who are two taller, longer athletes that can help at the top to really push and use their levers to really extend it across the grid. But they look so strong at the overhead squat, which allowed them to get to that flip sled faster than the Venom. You're only as good as your slowest athlete, and the Venom still had one athlete working while they had two just waiting at the flip sled.
Definitely, it was a hard one just considering, you know, the Venom are short-handed when it comes to the ladies. They don't have ladies that can do a lot of high-capacity gymnastics and stuff, so the Venom ladies that they had to do a lot of work, while the Wolves were able to kind of switch them out, have more of a depth of roster here.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe that we are talking about a brand new team that we may really see in the playoffs.
Absolutely. This has been an exciting match. I can't believe that this is happening, but we're getting ready for the next one. It's going to be the male triad. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Greatness isn't given to everybody. It's earned in the dark. It's earned when no one's watching. It's when no one's counting. Every rep's a decision. Every round's another choice. You don't rise to these moments. You rise to the work you put in long before it. So you push hard, again and again. Not because it's easy, because it's worth it. This is discipline. This is consistency. This is what it takes to be great. And this is hard work athletics. Keep putting in the work.
Unlike American football or baseball, where positions are very clearly defined with rules specific to them, grid league positions are more general. Think of it as a spectrum with a 4-foot gymnast on one end and a 400-pound strongman on the other, with every possible size, shape, and skill set focus filling in the middle. Roles on the grid have a lot of crossover from position to position, and there are many possible combinations that will yield a great team. Grid league has 3 primary player positions or roles on the team. Utility players generally have a wide range of abilities and end up with a diverse set of assignments on the grid. Utility players, although often assigned more total work than specialists, will still focus on their best movements as their means to contribute to the team. The strength specialist role often involves heavier assignments and, depending on the player's background, may be even more focused to individual types of strength movement, such as Olympic weightlifting or strongmen. Most of the super high-skill movements like backward roll to support in deficit, freestanding handstand push-ups are performed by bodyweight specialists. That said, there are several bodyweight specialists that mainly focus on more basic movements, but for big sets and fast cycle rates. Many are gymnasts as well, but even some of the best do not have gymnastics backgrounds, such as former MVP Paul Lays. Learn more about the sport of grid lead at fgl.com/learn.
With the owner of the Venom, Paul. Paul, how you feeling going into male triads?
Oh, sorry, what?
I was gonna say, Rage Bait report coming in hot right here. First, Paul, before we talk about the puppies, how you feeling about coming into the male triads?
We feel great. We're definitely down a few players. We only have 6 guys today, so the guys are working real hard and they're kind of whooping ass.
Cool. Let's talk about the dogs. I care more about the dogs. Give me a rundown. What's with the dogs on the leash?
My dogs, the wolves. They're little puppies. They're mutts, and they live in New York and they smell.
That's what that is?
I can smell them from the other side of the grid.
All right. That's all it's for. It's just a smelly dog.
Well, I mean, why else would we have them, right? It's the wolf.
Rage Bait coming in hot. Thanks, Paul. Thank you.
Let's go, guys.
Good luck, guys.
All right, we're going into the men's triad where they'll be performing 14 bar-facing burpees, 20 toes to bar, 10 dumbbell-weighted pistols at 50 pounds. They're going to go into 12 overhead squats at 175 pounds, and then they have the opportunity to go 80 feet with the flip sled with 630 pounds on that sled. So now we get to see the men do exactly what the women do. They're going to be able to go a little bit faster, a little bit harder, but the weight is just heavier. Again, just like what Coach Paul said, he is down just the 6 guys, so they are working hard. But on the other side, the New York Wolves, they just finished playing yesterday, so they are definitely come in a little beat up, even though they are not looking like they are beat up at all.
Absolutely, 25 seconds away from the action. The Wolves definitely had such a great male triad yesterday. It really came together for them. So we're going to see if they are able to continue doing that with the Venom trailing just a little bit, not able to keep the lead that they once gained. And we're going to see how that plays out here now. Brandon Farrar, Steve Kupek, and Daniel Lin for the New York Wolves. For the Venom, we're looking at Rhino Robbie, Alex Smith, and Dakota Shackleton.
Yeah, so you're gonna definitely, you see all the vets for the Venom, they're coming out, and they are gonna be really gonna have to push this pace and lead for the Venom in order to get them back and get the momentum swung back in their favor right now. New York, they're riding off that New York energy, the hometown energy right now. They're looking strong. They have a slight lead in advantage right now. So Venom is still working on the burpees, which is hard to see, but they've got a lot of work to do.
I mean, they are really putting it together, New York is. I mean, some mistakes from the Venom, and they haven't just been able to come back from them. So they're working really hard to try to do those toes bars really quickly. Look how fast Rhino Robbie is going on these, and he is a larger athlete by mass. And not to mention Raymond Fleecer, don't get fleeced. Stephen Kupek and Farrar and Lynn from the Wolves onto those pistol thrusters first. They're really gonna have to put that together in order to come back and really beat the Venom and take it away from them, essentially, if the Venom don't come back here for this male triad.
Yeah, I'm very, very impressed with this New York Wolves team. I don't know if anybody is a specialist. Everybody just look like a utility. It's like a get in where you fit in type of deal, because everybody, they're so strong, they can clear ladders, but then they also have the capacity and they can be placed anywhere. So it's going to be fun watching them find their identity as a team, but they are strong and they are out here to prove that they are New York strong.
Definitely 2 reps remaining for Jason Demizio over here on the Venom as he finishes up, and that's gonna let them start on those barbells. As the Wolves, I mean, they've completely taken this away. They're already going to that flip sled. Ouch! They ran into the wall there. Watch out, Daniel Lin. And they are going to start that flip sled well ahead of the Venom before they even have hands in the air for their reps. The New York Wolves are taking it over. Mike Rosa, Brandon Farrar, and Raymond Fleecer over here for the New York Wolves, absolutely crushing and dominating this male triad.
They are, New York, they are just taking their time right now. They're not going fast. They're just letting it drop, come down, moving together as one unit. They are looking so comfortable going across that finish line. They are here. They're making a statement this weekend.
Absolutely,
oh
that's a New York Wolves win for the male triad. It looks like their female squad altogether and their male squad altogether is going to be stronger here than the Venom today in this match format. If I'm any team right now, I'm giving the Wolves the side eye. If you thought that this was going to be an easy win for you at the start of this season, I suggest you rethink that strategy, because the Wolves did not come to play around.
Oh, not at all, not at all. We keep on talking about rookie team. They are not a rookie team. Look, if this is year 1, I want to see what they look like year 2 and 3.
Absolutely.
They said that they're not here just to be a rookie team. They're here to win championships, and you can already tell they're learning the sport real fast. They're making mistakes, but they're learning from the mistakes real fast too.
Definitely. Dakota Shackleton, Alex Smith, and Jason Demizio are going to bring it home for the Venom. They are going to finish within the time cap. That means they are going to get the 1 point to the 2 points that the New York Wolves just got. But we're getting ready for the ringer point, the fan-voted ringer point that you guys voted for at home. But let me get that information for you. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and look at those ringer point options. At the beginning of this match, you had the option to go ahead and choose one, and you did, and that is going to be the burpee box jump overs, or as I like to call it, the Super Mario ringer point race. Somebody told me that. I don't remember what it was. Men's height is going to be 30 inches. Women's height is going to be 24 inches. You do have to do a burpee, then jump onto or over the box and before you go into the next one. The Wolves are bringing out Sigbert Guy. All right, so that's going to be 30 inches for Sigbert Guy, a larger athlete, versus Michelle Young, smaller athlete of the Venom. She's very strong and she's very springy, but I wouldn't count anybody out in this one as the score continues to get away from the Venom here.
Yeah, we saw this ringer point done a little bit earlier with the breakers, and I'm blanking out. Who did the breakers play? I'm having a
the breakers
in the palms, in the palms,
okay.
in the palms. I'm blanking out already. It's been a long weekend. But what we saw there, where Jennings was able to jump, come off the ground, be very ballistic, get on top of the box and come back down. It's going to be about the athlete who doesn't have to hesitate. Where Michelle Young, she has a shorter box. We have Sig, who's a very strong, athletic guy here. He's going to be jumping on the 30-inch box. So it's going to be quick and fun to see who comes off the floor quicker. Oh, I'm looking at Sig right now. I think he's choosing to jump over the box. He's a large guy. He can clear it, but we'll see if the risk to reward is going to pay off.
I'm kind of worried about him from the burpee perspective because he's a longer athlete, so I don't want him to run into the box and it kind of like knock him out of his momentum, I guess.
You're right, because he is very long, and it's not that much space in between the boxes there. So jumping, if you jump too far over, then that could mess up with your time, timing.
Definitely. We're going to have to see how this plays out in just a second. So if they win this one, they're still in contention for the win, because remember that last race, the sprint relay is worth 3 points, not 2. The Venom still have a bonus flag, so we'll see how confident they feel. But New York is in the building right now. They are going absolutely crazy. Wow, let's take a look at those game faces on the grid. A lot of energy here today as we go into this. They are in here deep, not to mention all the people on the upper decks who are watching from up there. It's going crazy. Lexi Wolfert once again dressed like Paul. They both made a mockery of each other going into this, and it's absolutely hilarious, especially because, you know, Paul was a big part of why Jen decided to get a team in the first place. Jen Powers, the owner of the Wolves, and they're great buddies. So it is all love, but they're very serious about this match into today.
They are. At the end, we can hug and be friends, but right now on the grid, it's all war.
Definitely. All right, that score is officially Venom 14, Wolves 16. 2 points differentiate them. I think this one's going to tell us whether or not the Venom can come back here. So let's find out. Sigberg Guy versus Michelle Young. Alrighty, Michelle with a shorter box. She was the first one over. They're going at about the same speed. Sigberg Guy, oh, he is clearing the box completely. Sigberg Guy slightly ahead. And Sigberg Guy is gonna secure the win for the New York Wolves. Wow. Michelle Young was so close behind here. This was a really tough one.
That was crazy. Because Michelle was just shot out there. She was neck and neck with Sig the entire time. It literally came down to that very last box. Oh, I see a ref's review. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna go against Sig. I saw a couple on Sig. It looked like his feet kind of went around the box. I don't know if that's what they're looking at, but some of them were clear. But I don't know if that's what they're looking at, but there is a ref's review. So we'll see what they're looking at.
Taylor. We're going to have to find out in just a second. I don't want you to go anywhere. Listen to Brandon real quick.
Challenge on the Wolves side.
You're right.
The commissioner said that he saw the players' feet going outside of the plane of the box. The feet must travel over the top of the box. We're going to review it.
Taylor's out here with the elite ball knowledge. Excuse me.
I saw that. I'm like, I ain't going to call it. They ain't going to call it. I ain't going to call it. So if they call it, like, well, this is what I saw.
Shout out to the referees for catching that, too, because that is a definite tough one, especially going into such a close nail-biter of an ending here. This might be a rerun, so we're going to have to see what the review is here. But we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have some fun stuff for you in just a minute.
All right, I am with the coach of the New York Wolves. Third match of the season. The Venom are giving you a run for your money. You guys have kind of slaughtered the last couple matches. How do you feel about kind of being put on your toes right now?
I mean, we feel good. I think we work best under pressure, so I think it's pretty good that it's close. It's really firing us up, and it's making us go a little bit faster.
It's pressure for sure. How are you going to utilize? What is your game plan going into rerunning this ringer?
I mean, no questions. Don't leave any doubt with our reps, and just go faster this time. Honestly, Sig's got it in him, so I don't have any doubt with it.
There you go. Does he know the rules now?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thank you, Lexi.
Thank you.
The sprint relay is the
Briley, appreciate it. And we'll be back as we learn more about this referee challenge here. Good job!
After review, 3 of the reps, the players' feet went outside of the plane of the box. That did definitively affect the outcome, therefore we will rerun.
Yep. Sorry, you caught me. Rerun! Oh boy.
I'm okay about this rerun. This was good.
This is gonna hurt.
But now I want to see if Sig is going to stick with the same thing. And I said it earlier. We saw it last time where the athlete tried to clear the box and it didn't pay off. So we're going to see if he just sticks to a traditional box jump over where he just taps and then comes back down. We're going to see. Oh, no. It looks like he's still going to stick with trying to clear it. So we're going to see if that risk to reward is going to be worth it. But Michelle was right there with him, so I wouldn't change anything with Michelle. Keep it clean and then just finish stronger at the end.
This is never a ringer point that anybody wants to repeat, so I know that Sig and Michelle are really feeling it, and I mean, this is gonna hurt for sure, but we're gonna see who does better under that fatigue, and if Sig is able to keep the standard again this time. So Sig might jump over all the boxes again, but Michelle was doing just fine with just jumping over them. She was really fast at those too.
And on her side, it is a longer box too, so I wouldn't jump over it anyways.
All right, let's see what we got here. Sigberg Guy versus Michelle Young. Venom versus Wolves. Fan voted ringer. You asked for it. Let's see it. And they're off. Michelle, the first one to her chest, and they are both hitting the ground at the exact same time. Can they keep it up? Michelle slightly coming back ahead, and can they run? Oh, that's gonna be a photo finish. They both think they won. They both think they won. That's a referee review.
God.
Referee review on the ground.
Oh.
Wow,
Lord have mercy.
wow. Please don't tell me they're gonna have to rerun this a third time.
Ooh.
Oh, snap, friends.
Oh.
Looking at the grid, you see that referee flag there. That means the referee saw something that he didn't like.
Look, Michelle.
And that means that they're going to make sure it's fair.
Michelle, keep doing your thing, girl. She's like, I'm just sticking to me right there. It was so much cleaner. Her last box, she didn't hesitate. It was much cleaner. And I think Sig, I don't know if they're looking at the last box. I think Sig tried to rush it a little bit, so I don't know if the same thing happened, but it looked like Michelle got it at the end, but that was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Jen Powers is over here looking like an absolute gangster on the sideline, by the way. She is the owner of the New York Wolves. She's sitting there pretty like Pat Riley. I like her look, and she's just sitting there, you know, letting the coaches do their thing, and I like that she doesn't meddle. She just kind of like, I trust my team, and whatever they say goes. So really cool to see this team come together, by the way. But let's find out a little bit more about this challenge. I don't want you to go anywhere at all. There's only one more race after this. If it doesn't have to be rerun, we're going to find a winner or we're going to rerun it. So if you want to see some people fight, just stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Mike Rosa, captain of the New York Wolves. Mike, what is the controversy here, and do you agree with it?
So the controversy is that our players' feet didn't travel. They went around the box when he did his jump over. From where I saw, his feet were higher than the box. They cleared the box. It's not like he was going around the box. Obviously, I can't see what others can see, and I don't know what the camera saw. So we're just standing by. My biggest issue was it's rough when you lose, as a team, you lost your challenge flag already, and yet you got refs calling double challenges for you. That's where my issue lies.
Interesting. And how do you keep it together if you do end up having to rerun this one?
We're professionals, so we're gonna treat the sport like it's our profession. So we're gonna stay locked in. We're gonna stay focused, and we take it race by race.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mike. Good luck on the rest of it.
We had a referee challenge on the New York Wolves side. The player did the exact same penalty. Therefore, there will be a rerun.
Oh my God. Why the Wolves always have us, you know, with our mouths ajar here.
Oh my
just
goodness.
gasping for words, because this is going to be rerun. They're going to be doing it a third time. Poor Sigbert, poor Michelle. Michelle that's doing it to standard at that.
Oh my God, like
Shout out Sig. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't do it on purpose. He's humongous. I mean, I'm sure it's a lot to control all of those muscles, but
just jump on top of the box.
Just jump on top of the box.
Just jump on top of the box. You are skilled and fast and ballistic enough. Jump on top of the box, please, sir. For you and everybody else.
Oh, boy.
We're going to be here till 8 p.m. jumping over boxes.
We sure are. Let's go ahead and see how it's going to happen now. Let's pay close attention, friends. All right? So I want you to, Sigbert, look at Sigbert's face. He's like, oh, darn, I got to do this again. Michelle's feeling the same way on the other side. The Wolves are fired up. The Wolves were just chanting, salty pirate, clap, 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 clap. At Paul Bear, they're saying that he looks like a pirate, which they're not wrong, but I think it's hilarious. Michelle Young versus Sigbert Guy. This is the third time. Let's see if they can pull it together here. Third or fourth?
This third.
And they're off. Michelle Young, Sigbert Guy. Oh, she tripped over the box that time. Sigbert Guy clearing the box. She was able to pull it together for that one. One more rep remaining. It's coming out to the sprint. who was that? They're gonna have to do instant replay again to see who won that. That was just so close.
And Michelle tripped. And she tripped and got it together.
And she tripped and got it together.
But she tripped over the box.
Yeah. They're saying rerun it again. I don't know what's happening, friends. Do you agree with this? Who do you think won? Let's find a winner with that finish line camera. Thank goodness we have one, or else we would be out of luck today, but oh boy.
My gosh.
Mike Rose is joking that they have to do it again.
What happened?
What was it?
Down to the photo finish. The Venom player crossed the finish line while the Wolves player still had half of a foot in the boundary lines. Venom win.
Wow, the Venom pulled it together that third time. They say third time's a charm. Sigmund Guy did everything he could, but Michelle Young pulled it off, and she really held it together. That's exactly what the Venom needed to stay in this game and bring it down to the sprint relay, as it's been all day, Taylor.
And she tripped.
And she tripped.
She tripped hard.
Shout out to Michelle Young, just an all-around cool person and really talented athlete. Great pickup from the Venom, and I know that she's been doing a lot of work without some of their players there.
I saw her when I went upstairs to get the photos taken. I asked her how she was feeling. She's like, nervous. And I'm pretty sure that doing the ringer 3 times will knock some nerves out of you and tripping over one of them.
Like, after the second time, you're just pissed.
You're not, exactly. She forgot about the nerves real quick. Welcome to the grid lead, Michelle. Great job and congratulations.
Absolutely.
That was awesome. So awesome. And shout out to Sig. Sig was like, I don't care. I'm jumping over all of those boxes.
I mean, he had the height. He just had to like pull it together those first few times, but we're gonna see how this plays off for them at the end of this. There's only 1 point differentiating them. Where you're gonna learn about the sprint relay, we'll be right back.
The sprint relay is the final race of every match and is worth an extra point for the race win. It is a relay race with 1 player allowed on the grid at a time and 8 elements to perform. Any player can perform on any element, and substitutions can happen at any time, except when a player performs the last rep of an element. In that case, the player must run back to the start line, perform a 4-point touch behind the start line, and sprint through to the finish line, permanently leaving the race. The next player may enter once the previous one has crossed the finish line. The only exception is the distance element that ends at the finish line with no sprint back required. The catch is, 4 men and 4 women must finish the 8 elements. The sprint relay is a great balance of strategy to decide which players in what order are the best combination, along with clean and well-executed elements by the players, to lead to the best race outcome for the team. Remember, 4 men and 4 women must finish the 8 elements in the sprint relay.
I'm not sure if we've ever had 2 reruns on a ringer like that. How are you feeling? How do you feel about that outcome?
I'm a little upset about it. Every time I had to clean it up, made me a little bit slower, but it was a good race, and I could do 2 more if I had to.
Why didn't you clean it up from the start?
That was just the way I was practicing, trying to move really fast and getting over the box and trying to get back down to the ground. So it's a little, you got to give somewhere and take somewhere. So I just had to kind of figure out on the fly.
But you got to give to the standards, so why didn't you practice the standards?
I did practice the standards, It's just, out here with a little bit of fatigue after a long match, your body starts doing weird things. But, I cleaned it up. We had a nice race at the end, and I couldn't ask for a better challenger.
No, for real, that was fun. Good job. You're welcome.
All right, going to the sprint relay to close things out. We have 21 balls at a 10-foot target at 20 pounds. Then we're going to go into 15 overhead squats at 185 pounds, followed by a 40-foot back handspring plus 4-point touch, then 80-foot handstand walk, 6 deck to pullovers, then 12 dumbbell hang snatch at 40 pounds, and then 9 burpee to ring at 9 feet 9 inches. Then we're going to close things out with 8 clean and jerks at 225 pounds.
That's right, Taylor. What a fun interview with Riley Hansen.
Rage baiter.
Yeah, rage bait reporter. Rage bait reporter. Thank you for that, Riley.
We need to keep that segment in there.
Definitely. This was a lot of fun. This was a fun match to watch. Everybody's personality is on 10 right now. And this is for all the marbles.
Times a ringer point that brought the favor right back to the Venom. So let's see who can close it out for these two amazing teams.
Absolutely. Such great stuff that's happening here. And you know, this is what it's all coming down to, and this is what the teams have worked so hard for. These two very evenly matched teams. I mean, there's been no clear winner from the beginning of this race, and not even going into this race, I don't think that anybody felt too comfortable going into it either.
You can't. And then we were saying, like, I was wondering how New York was going to feel after coming in yesterday, but then having the Venom come in, being a little short-handed, but being fresh. It's been even. It's been so exciting all day.
Absolutely. A lot going into this, and I'm excited to see what more is to come. Last race of the day, of the weekend here at the American Dream in New Jersey, and this is what's going to decide the fate of these two teams and possibly the playoffs. Let's go ahead and watch. All right, we have Marissa Mayer and Petruzzelli over here on the grid starting those wall balls. It looks like Marissa got the lead just a little bit. She's hitting the wall ball target, which making it come down a little bit faster, as we've seen that earlier, and the difference between doing those things here.
Exactly. It's the wall ball. It's very hard to speed up a wall ball, but you can push it a little bit harder at the top. The harder you push it at the top, it can bounce back and come back down faster. But both these ladies are really long and really strong. So I think they're about neck and neck. So I think it's going to come down to a foot race.
Absolutely. Petruzzelli and Mayer doing as many as they can, but Petruzzelli actually got off of there first, and it's going to come down to the sprint as the next athlete comes out. Petruzzelli with a slight lead of Marissa there, but it's still anybody's. Rhino Robbie, grid veteran, coming out here, and Daniel Lin doing it as well. He wasn't reaching the standard, so it looks like the Venom do have a slight lead going into this as Rhino Robbie slows down a little bit. He has his feet pretty wide. You need to make sure that you go below parallel here.
Exactly. Daniel has been doing a lot of work all weekend. He had a little rocky start. His shoulders look a little wobbly, but he is not putting down that bar.
Oh. Yeah, Daniel Lin really made up a lot of weight here. Oh, 1 rep remaining, and he's going to reach out for Whitney Cutter, and that's going to bring out Selena Swanger for those, Libby Schaaf for those back handsprings as Whitney Cutter gets out of there. They're going to have to do those as quickly as possible. Oster doing those back handsprings, one of the only ones that can do that, I believe. Schaaf ahead and giving them that lead as they go into the next one. Selena Swanger's been doing a lot of work for her team. Wow, Venom are still working on those back handsprings, and they have to go do one more here to go to the finish line. It looks like this might be a Wolf sprint relay, barring any problem as Selena Swanger goes into that finish line. Brandon Farrar going ahead and doing those deck to pullovers here.
Oh man, the Wolves are a whole element ahead of the Venom. They got a lot of work to do. It's going to come down to see how the Wolves perform the burpee to 9 foot, but I think Sig is going to be doing them, and he was making light work of it when he was practicing. So I don't know if that's going to be enough for the Venom to come back around.
Absolutely. Dakota Shackleton working as hard as he can for those deck to pullovers. I know he's been practicing them, and he's very fast at them. Almost somebody getting in the way of him as the Wolves are an entire element ahead here. We're looking at McCall going ahead, O'Connell going ahead for the New York Wolves here, going as quickly as she possibly can, and to finish it off for her team as they get closer to that harder element. Dakota Shackleton is gonna go ahead and finish up, and that's gonna bring out Julia Cook for that same dumbbell movement as O'Connell gets out of there.
And I think Sig is going to be coming back looking for redemption over here. He is just going to take his time and make sure that each rep is good. And this will just about secure it all. But he's making easy, light work of these
yeah, he's a very tall athlete, and he's swinging it, but it doesn't even matter because he's just getting so high up there.
You already seen he can jump.
Yeah, definitely. He's basically, oh, he missed one. Oh, they gave it to him anyway.
He
that was a fault. Man, this is a hard one because he did grab it. There's one remaining as Jason DeMizio goes. It looks like this might be a Wolves a finish here for that one. Jason DeMizio going as quickly as he can, but it's too late because here comes Raymond Fleecer. Don't get fleeced out here for the New York Wolves. This is the last element, 8 clean and jerks at 225 pounds. I mean, at this point, something terrible and egregious would have to happen for the Venom to take this one. The New York Wolves working so hard, going against a veteran team and being able to pull out a win here is extremely impressive for them as 3 remain. Jason DeMizio is out of here, and that's going to bring in Tyler Anderson for those last reps. Last rep remaining for Raymond Fleecer, and he's going to go ahead and 4-point touch to the finish line as Tyler Anderson works quickly as he possibly can to finish up there. And the Wolves are going to take this sprint relay and the match. Wow.
Oh my gosh. New York defended their home turf here in New Jersey, and Venom actually just failed their last rep, so he's just gonna push press it out. He needs
to finish up fast. I don't know why he's going slow. This is what I'm talking about, as all of them matter a lot. He's gonna go fast into the finish line, and the Wolves are going to finish with a win today against the Venom. This is absolutely crazy.
Oh my gosh. If there was any doubt about new teams, you can wipe them away. The New York Wolves play all possibility is true. It is real. Dallas is about to be insane. This has been a crazy weekend of grid.
Absolutely. New York Wolves with the Venom, and it looks like the Wolves are taking it by a bit. It did come down to the sprint relay, but it was such an exciting matchup between the two. So great, so much fun to watch, and shout out to all of these athletes, and shout out to you for watching at home and voting for the fan-voted ringers as well.
And shout out to all the staff and volunteering, everybody who helped keep this event together, especially with all the cancellations and travel, all the athletes that had to drive up here. We didn't know what was going to happen, but this was been a very exciting weekend of grid.
Absolutely. We're going to Mesquite, Texas in just a little bit for another doubleheader at the end of this month. Nueva York is playing by Bad Bunny, and this has been a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Cassie Martinez.
And I'm Taylor Stallings.
We'll see you